Should I Start? Podcast.
Welcome everyone to the Should I Start podcast. This is a podcast / digital series where I talk to some of my most interesting guests and creative fellow entrepreneurs and their business ventures. We try to peek into their process and get to know them a little bit more. Right now I'm with my boy Kareem, which we met doing production for a charitable event, but this dude has his hands on multiple projects. He's working with a fly guy, producing his podcast and digital series, working with the infamous Drink Champs that airs on Revolt TV. You can also check that on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description below. You got to check that out. And he's his own entity, ForeignFlex on TV. You got to check his IG out. But for those people that don't know who you are, how would you address yourself to them?
First, I'm Kareem. I'm the son of Grace and Jerome. My mom Jamaican, my dad from Trinidad. Spent some time in Jamaica, went to school there for a little bit, and came back here, grew up in North Miami. Now I reside in Broward, Pembroke Pines.
So you're international. So you were born in, yeah. I also know you from those stories that you told me about your trips and your travels.
Yeah, we get stamps in the passports, man. We do it.
It's incredible that, how is the culture back in Jamaica at the time before you came to America?
We didn't have the internet, so to speak. It wasn't popping like that yet, right? Because the time I was in Jamaica was from like 90 to about 96, 97. Because that's when I came back up here to live permanently. So you can only imagine, if you wanted music from Jamaica, your uncle, whoever was there, had to travel and bring a tape or a CD. Because remember, the internet, the kids don't realize, like, the internet broke down all doors. I remember even, when I start living here, and I'll go visit my cousins in New York, they'll make fun of me, bro, because they're like, they doing this dance called peanut butter jelly. What's wrong with these people? They're retarded. They're slow. I'm like, damn. And it's so funny, the big 360, now the South is running hip hop. And you listen to these New York dudes, all of them sound like they from the South. And now the whole wave, RIP Pop Smoke, they jump on the grime beats from England, and now they put their own thing on it. So
music was always a part of your life.
For sure. Hell yeah.
Who introduced music to you?
It wasn't even a who. It was just you wake up and you hear music wherever you go. Like my bus driver who picked me up to take me to school, he'll be playing like Garnet Silk, Buju Banton. I guess more notable for everybody, Bob Marley, like reggae music. It's two different type of genres, people. You got reggae and you got dancehall. So boom, you learned something today, all right? So Vibes Cartel, Shabba Ranks, dancehall. Buju Banton, Ja Cure, all those people, that's reggae. And then you got, the whole Rasta movement with the playing the drums. Go ahead, man, do your thing.
No, that's really interesting because it's gonna lead into production, because we met filming a charitable event. I was with Brent, who was probably the founder of the school.
And let me shout out Devon Dukes, DTLR. That's who I was filming for that day, and that's how me and this dude met. We won a lot of games, a lot of games.
When was your first introduction to production?
North Miami Beach Senior High, bro. I took TV production as an elective, thinking it was gonna be an easy A. And then Miss Miller.
Shout out to Miss Miller.
Yeah, I don't even know if she's still there or not. She probably retired. She had to.
She
was kind of old back then. Yeah,
she was good? What type of person?
Hell no. No disrespect, Miss Miller. You're probably married, so you're not even worried about what I'm talking about. But with me, my personality at first, I'm kind of like, introverted. I'm more shy, reserved. But when you're in school, and then your teacher puts you in a position, she's like, okay, Kareem, you're gonna be doing the morning announcements. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll film. No, you're doing the announcements. Like, you're gonna sit behind the desk, you're gonna read the teleprompter. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta do that. I didn't want to do it, but I guess they see something in you without you seeing it, right? So she put me in that position. And believe it or not, from that time up until 23, 24, that's when I picked up a camera again. I was just doing the regular shit. School, regular job.
Did you do any sports or anything like that?
Oh, hell yeah. When I was in Jamaica, I ran track. That's serious, bro. Come on, you know what I mean? I ran track, man. I ran track. I played cricket one time and I didn't like it, but I stuck with track. And when I came up here, I ran track too. But then I couldn't run anymore. I had to help out at home.
Respect, yeah. So
it's normal.
it is. Some people get the misconception that we aren't where we want to be in life because of like family. Like it's refreshing to hear that it's like, yo, I was doing my thing, but I'm a family person. Like I want to make sure that I'm able to take care of whatever it is I can take care of because it's a team mentality. Some people, they grind and they selfishly do things in order for them to accomplish what they need to accomplish. But being placed in uncomfortable situations, being in front of the camera, now you're picking up the camera, now you're in front of the camera again. Do you think like those obstacles leads into how you treat people?
Of course, 100%. I agree with that because, boom, I'm growing up, so in Jamaica. All right, so I was born here, Jackson Memorial. Then I guess my mom couldn't take care of me at the time, or whatever the case was, and my pops. They were never married. I don't even remember them being together. I don't remember any pictures of them like that. So they sent me to Jamaica, so I'm growing up with my grandma, my real grandma, my mom's mom. And my grandfather at the time, like I know him, but the dude who was with my grandma in the house, he wasn't my blood grandfather, but I grew up with him, calling him, yo, Daddy Robbie, like, you know, the Jamaican accent. So that's what it was. And so now you're growing up from that young age. If you see like a family setting, you know what I mean? You have your aunt, she was like a couple years older than me, not that older. She could be my sister, but you know, I just called her my aunt. And we had the maids living at the crib, and I had my other younger cousin, Corey. And from that time, it's just a family setting. It's a house, you wake up, breakfast being made. So it's just normal to me to be in a family setting. So now if it's just somebody by themselves, like, damn, that's weird. Like, you live by yourself, like, where your moms? You don't call her, you don't check up on her, like, so family setting, yeah, I'm big on family.
So when someone's being alone, what goes through your mind? Because in Jamaica, when I was at this event, and I was the one that was sitting outside of the group. I didn't know, like, I looked across the table, it looked like the Last Supper of like photographers and creatives and videographers. It
literally, grandma got that picture in their house too. It's crazy.
And it's crazy to me because there was one person that's like, yo, I like your energy, and then you've always been a good dude and you're trying, like, you know, you're hungry and ambitious, but it's like, yo, why don't you come sit with us? And then ever since then, I get to work with people like Orangutan. The opportunity to go to Jamaica was very impactful for me because I was able to meet such really dope people. And with those dope people, they gave me dope opportunities in the future. Some people, they go and they hate on others. Like, why are they spending more time with them and other things? I'm just like, yo, you made money to be here, so make magic and do what you gotta do. Some people complain about that.
But see, that's the thing what's gonna make you stand out from the crowd, because look at how your approach is, your mentality and mindset to it. They're bringing negative energy to the situation, right? So yourself, you're like, nah, this is an opportunity. Let me network, meet who I need to meet. Because dude, like even right now, right? Me and you were talking. We don't know that we could be grandfathering each other into something in the future, like 5 years, 6 years from now, whatever, 10. You may be a millionaire, I may be a millionaire. And how often we have somebody in our phone that's a millionaire that you could call and like get tangible advice, you know what I'm saying? Not watching like Tony Robbins on YouTube or something and it boosts you up for like that 2 days and then boom, you're back. Like, nah, like I know Phil, like, yo, I'm watching you on IG. I'm like, oh shit, my dog got all these baddies in Jamaica, ain't hit up the Jamaican dude. That's crazy. I'm not letting it go. I'm gonna always bring it up. We're gonna do it in September, right?
Yeah, September.
Yeah. You see, we got it on film. So September. So if you don't see me and him in Jamaica on IG,
and this fall, you know why?
I'm not gonna put it all on him. It could be me too, because my schedule is unpredictable. Sometimes, like,
you be traveling, man. You're working with.
It's like you said, right? Listen to what you said. I'm one of those people who we have similar mindset in that, where opportunity presents itself. I'm not gonna be sitting there bitching, complaining about this. oh, I'm gonna meet up with him. I like how he edits. I like his eye. He takes good pictures. Like just learn everything. Talk to the lighting people. I just try to be a sponge because I didn't go to school for this. So every day is homework for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm learning all the time. So whether I save something on IG and I go back to it, look at it later, or even reach out to that person. I'll DM them like, yo, what's up? This is what I do. If I could help you, whatever. Cause it's a give and take, you know what I mean? I understand time is the most valuable currency right now. Like money comes and goes. Like we know that shit.
Yeah.
It comes and goes. We could do a wedding for freaking $3-5 grand. And then what?
Then what?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You edit it, give them the project. So now with you, what you're doing, we're doing your podcast. Like you're expressing another creative outlet to do what you're doing. And just so happens we met last year.
Yeah.
And we kept in communication, and now we're here, still working, still going forward, not being negative, positive.
It took a year in the making to have Kareem on this podcast, and it was because of me, because I always wanted to innovate. I always wanted to innovate, because I love it. If I can find a simpler way to execute what it is that I need to do, I will invest in that. Because overall, I have to invest in health. Because I want to be able to do it. I want to be able to do this as long as I can for however long I can, and then provide that same opportunity and that structure to other people that are trying to make it. Quick question, in production, there's a certain work ethic where it's like you're only assigned to do one role. But in this day and age, society, we're learning that we got to do multiple things at once.
So I guess to approach it, like, or to answer it the best way, it just depends on who you're working with, right? So in this capacity, it's independent. It's me and you, my homie over here, Anton. So if you need us to do this, we're gonna do it. So we have to have multiple hats on. But if you're working for, say, like Discovery or a legit company and they say, yo, this is what we're paying you to do, like, that's what they're paying you to do. They have other people assigned to that. They delegate the workload, right? But in an independent situation, like, yo, we grinding, we on the bottom, we trying to come up. So, yo, you gonna have to be director today. Yo, chick, shake your butt more. Like, yo, my man, what you doing over there? Quiet on the set. And this is just you, the director. You got the Ronin in your hand. Oh, we gotta move, the sun, the time. Like, you get what I'm saying? So you wearing all these hats. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit back and cry like, yo, I don't have this, so I'm not doing anything? Or you're gonna make it happen with what you have? So that's how I always approach it, man. Like, whatever I have, I'm gonna use it to the best of my ability and execute it to the best of my ability. And when I get more money or more resources, we take it to the next level. But for right now, this is what we gotta work with, so we gonna make this shit dope. Like, let's get it. You get what I'm saying?
One of the things that I learned recently is identifying people, engaging people.
What do you mean?
We come across all walks of life.
Yeah.
Some more than others, depending on the situation, which either amplifies the ego or humbles us.
I've been doing a lot of women events the past
Female
month.
empowerment movement has been very
And that's not
impactful.
what I'm getting from it. They just jealous that we got dicks and no real talk, because I'm filming some shit the other day and she
It's
was
like supremacy, right?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't ever remember. I'm like, how? Okay, so I wanted to give them an example. I was like, so what about the situation when Tiger Woods married the maid who has maybe 60,000 to her name. They get a divorce and she gets like, what, 250 million? How you explain that to me? Drake said it best. You wasn't with me in the gym, yo. Kid, I come up on money like that, I'm gonna put that shit in my mama name or something. I'm not giving no, nah. You gotta earn it. Now, if you work with me and we earn it, you get your cut.
Yeah.
But I can't just give you money that you didn't earn. Like, that shit does not sit well with me,
Just
bro.
for being with me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because what if it was the other way around? Is Oprah married? Stedman or some shit? So if they get a divorce, is he getting half her shit?
He better.
And then as
But I
men,
doubt
that
it,
don't
but I
even
doubt
sound
it.
right.
Yeah, because
and the
it's
dude
just
was
like, why
doing
you
that to
taking it
Britney
from your
Spears
girl?
back in the day, remember?
Kevin
Federline?
Yeah, Federline.
Yeah, he flipped it on her. He got custody of the kids and fucking put her on child support.
Yeah.
And they're bitching and complaining about that. You just, no! So why you think it's cool to take my money?
Yeah.
Go ahead, my fault.
Reading people is seems to be like a skill that you have.
You think so?
I think so.
I could be off.
You could be, but you're not, right?
I don't know.
Because you would know. That's one of those things, right? You would know.
So I guess it's perception, right? So
Identifying people, engaging people.
we're gonna give them more details in it. So
When I mean
identifying and engaging. I know we're cutting each other off. Sorry.
Yeah, go.
So it's just eye contact, body language. Is he fidgeting? Like, is he nervous, sweating? You know what I mean? Just things like that. Put your hand on their chest. They heart beating. They nervous. What you nervous for? So that's how I could like kind of gauge people. Or if you're talking about a certain topic, and you kind of see that they don't want to talk about it, so you got to have like awareness.
But was it taught or was it?
Oh, dude, I read mad books, like a shitload of books. I remember watching some shit, or an older person told me they were like, "Oh, you want to hide something from a black person? Put it in a book." They should have never told me that shit. So I'm like, word, I'm gonna read every fucking book I get my hand on, cause I just want to know. You get what I'm saying? I'm inquisitive. So if I'm in this area, I could at least give you a 20% conversation. I may not know the whole thing, but I could at least engage in it and be like, yeah, this, and then just fall back. 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Listen and shut the fuck up.
And that also carries through production and carries it through life. So identifying people and awareness is something that I've been working on. I'm so ambitious to get things done that I don't want to like bother anybody. But sometimes the things that I do and the actions and the work ethic that I have kind of conflicts with what the person's trying to do. I'm just trying to be helpful. I'm just trying to get shit done.
So I guess to eliminate that, whatever project we're about to start, just be honest and be upfront. Like, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to get out of this process. And I feel as if you're always honest and communicating with somebody, you shouldn't really have any issues. And if an issue does present itself, like, we're men, like, converse, talk about it.
Yeah.
You don't need to, like, subliminal shit and all that. You know what I mean?
Like
just
secrecy.
talk. Yeah, just talk. Like, yo, bro, I don't really like your energy. And, yeah, it's mutual. Like, you go your way, I go on my way. If we meet again, yeah, we get the project done, but whatever.
Yeah. That's usually something that I wasn't taught. So
It just comes with maturity, right?
Yeah.
And the game we're in is not really age restriction, right?
Well,
to be the president, you gotta be like 40 or some shit.
No, but it's really weird because TV and other like really like Hollywood budget productions, it's usually older. It's an older cast, older crew.
Okay.
I guess a lot wiser, but they have no patience for younger creatives and individuals.
There's probably a little bit of jealousy.
And then reverse. Reading a book tells me how to be a good reader, but being with people and learning from them tells me how to be a better human. I just need to know what I need to know. I just need to say what I need to say in order to get a response or an answer for me to understand or increase awareness. But some people, they're just like, I don't have the time to explain to you, or this isn't the time to communicate or express the way you feel because we're handling something right now.
Yeah, so it's always a process, right? So that sounds more like a corporate setting. I mean, I guess, it goes hand in hand. So we're working right now. This isn't the time and place to have this discussion. So I'll be available next week at such and such time. Email whoever you need to email. It's a
Protocol.
Yeah, protocol. It's a step to it. So you just gotta respect it.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to follow the protocol, be the boss.
Yeah.
And then you dictate how the shit runs.
So you're working with Nori and
DJ EFN.
And DJ
on a show
EFN.
called Drink
Champs.
Yeah.
That airs in Revolt TV.
Yeah. And we have a deal with Mass Appeal and Tidal. I think they air, I'm probably wording it wrong. Okay, so it premieres on Revolt TV, whichever episode that is for that day.
Yeah.
Then I think the audio is available on Mass Appeal, and that's with Nas. And then, Tidal is with Jay-Z.
Wow.
So we got those 3 entities: Diddy, Revolt, Nas with Mass Appeal, and Tidal with Jay-Z.
Damn, that's like the Holy Trinity.
You feel me? Drink Champs, we doing it, man. We
Now,
out
in the
here.
beginning, it wasn't like that though.
Oh no, we had no deal. It was when I started.
How did that process start?
I think it was 2015. I had a homie named Rich Blanco and my homie I Rasta and myself. We were like the original 3 for Drink Champs. And bro, remember, we didn't know about like filming to the extent as far as doing a production, a show. So, We ain't have no tripod. We ain't have proper lighting. If you watch the first, it's on YouTube. This is all documented, people. You could go on YouTube and watch the first episodes of Drink Champs, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? It's out of focus. They're moving. But we didn't know. But like I said, we were just hungry, and we wanted to just move ahead. But now you watch the episodes was recently out, you see the difference, growth.
And that growth is incredible. The work ethic and the grind, the curiosity just positioned you in such wonderful spots. But now that you've traveled and the culture that you came up with, it's like you're a better human being.
I mean, I'm always gonna be a better human being. It's just naturally instinctive, and just the morals that my grandparents and my great grandmother instilled in me. Like, it's basic shit, like from the Bible. Do unto others as others do unto you. Like, I'm not gonna hit you, so you don't hit me.
Yeah.
You know, hi neighbor, good morning, being respectful. Just normal everyday stuff.
Yeah, but there's people that aren't like that.
Everybody has. So we're in our own world, right?
But do you
everybody's
think
their star for their own movie. So.
But quick question though. But is it a Caribbean thing though? Because I'm Haitian, you're Jamaican. Do you think the way it's like the way that the U.S. is and the dynamics of like how the society is here compared to over there?
Well, look at the countries that we're talking about. So in Jamaica, don't quote me, not for verbatim, it's probably 95% descendants of Africa or whatever, right? So all black people. And then within that 5%, you'll have Syrian, you'll have the Indian people with the dots. Don't get sensitive about that shit. Relax. Yeah, cool. We call them coolies, Indian people.
Dope. That's a dope name.
I don't know. Some of them take offense to it. Some of
I
them
don't get that. That is cool.
It is what it is, you know, right? So that last 5% is that mixture of whatever, and it's not that much, right? So now, if 90% of the population has kind of like the same mindset, that's why with me and you, it's kind of the same thing. Because in Haiti, from what I experienced when I went there, the upper class people, they have more access to like better education. They speak French, not Creole. They're Creole. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. It's Jamaica too. You call those type of people uptown people. Them too stush. Them bossy, you know what I mean? Them act like them shit don't stink. So it is what it is. And dude, if you just study history, it always been like that. Haiti, Jamaica, Caribbean countries, we have similar situations. Haiti was conquered by who? France?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to war with Napoleon, whooped his ass, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
First Caribbean, African country to, you know what I
Fought
mean?
for freedom, yeah.
But bro, I think it's just human nature, man. Because watch, right? I don't think anybody wants to do anything negative to someone. But when it comes down to resources, like actual things to keep a society thriving and moving, food, access to food or clean water, things of that nature, I don't think these people just get up, probably some, right? I'm gonna take that. No, it comes from we don't have. So they have it. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
We're gonna come to the table, try to do some trade. They have everything we want, so they're gonna be like, you don't have anything to offer. I'm hungry. You look at your kids, they're hungry, the whole country. Hey, we gotta go to war. Think about it. Any dispute on a small to major level, they have something this person or country wants. So now what are you gonna do? You're gonna defend it or get conquered, right?
Yeah. That's something
That's
that
just human nature, man.
Yeah. I just feel like it's good to be open-minded about things because I feel the same way. I didn't have access to a lot of resources. Most creatives don't have access to certain people or certain individuals, or they're not aware of people that they've met or could meet in their lifetime because of certain mindsets. So that's why I do the Should I Start podcast / digital series. It's really important for me to try to be like, here are some local inspirations. You know, no Tony Robbins, no Gary Vee, none of those.
I met him one time, yo.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Leaving the airport.
Yeah.
I was like, it's very Vee. Like, hey.
That's
it. That's my story. I don't know that motherfucker.
And now you're working with a Fly Guy. You're producing.
Yeah, so I
you're
work
producing
with
a
a Fly
show.
Guy He's a DJ and a rapper. He's been doing his thing. He's pretty dope. And I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, you have a large network of people you met through DJing and doing your thing, and you have a good voice. Like, he commands, like, you know? So I said to him, I think we should do a podcast. And we came up with the idea of the Fly Guy Show. And I think we're on season 2 right now. You can watch all of them on YouTube. Pretty dope guests, you know, important people. Similar to what we're doing right now.
So do you think it's important for someone to build the network or to...
Oh, hell yeah. I don't think it's like, oh, we're gonna put on our pants. It's not like a path, so to speak, because we're both here. We film, but how we got into filming, typically, right? Go to school, you graduate, intern. We didn't do any of that, but we're here because of our own ingenuity and just being, I don't know, what's the word? Our intuition, our passion, our love. Like, this is what drives us. We wake, like, bro, if I don't film something, I'm like a crackhead out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? I ain't film, I ain't edit nothing. Like, I start feeling weird.
Yeah. The way that we lead into our passions, we didn't go the traditional route. Like, it came from have not. I don't have a production team like how I want to have a production team, or I've done photography and it led me to photography. The photography led me to people, which is like, I believe is like the real capital from what I've been listening and observing. And with those, I wanted to expand. So I get human capital and the investment in other people and the wisdom that they have, especially the older heads, and especially just like even a little bit older or a little bit younger. They have an interesting perspective that I could raise more awareness around the certain actions that I do. I have not, so I'm like, I need to get the gear. I need to produce it myself. And that's why I love the aspect of producing. But if you told me that, oh, there was a place where I had unlimited resources to all the cameras and the lenses, I probably wouldn't be as ambitious. Because it's like, oh, everything is there.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's just access to information, and what do you do with that information, right? Because like we were saying earlier, you can read all these books, you have the information, but now it's how do you apply it? How do you execute that idea? And what could we do? We were dealt certain cards, so we're gonna play the cards we were dealt. And it just shows that intangible, you're hungry, that drive. Like, how do you gauge or test that? Because I had plenty shoots where I didn't get paid shit. Like zilch, zero. But I'm there because I have to be there. That human interaction, that networking, that I could touch you, you're real, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's important because, like I said, the reading is one aspect of it, but I feel like when I document someone, that extra step is like, this person existed at a time, especially RIP Pop Smoke, RIP Nipsey. Yeah. It's just like, we're blessed in this day and age that they documented so much. Now, as an introvert, you don't believe that you should always be in front of the camera.
All right, so just my natural at crib chilling, I'm an introvert, bro. Like, cause the job we do, we're around people all day, and I don't know what the word is for it. Like, bro, I could feel people's energy, like real shit. Sometimes, like, if somebody has negative energy, I feel it. I could just walk in and I'm like, damn, this is off. So for me, being an introvert, it's just solitude. Listen to my own thoughts, recalibrate, you know, plan something out. Just, it's like a breath of fresh air for me. And now when I enter back into the world, like, I'm on an even keel. Like, I could deal with all the bullshit that's coming. Yeah. But if you're on 100 all the time, where else are you gonna go? You're gonna fuck around, get a stroke or some shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you gotta find that balance. You gotta think about it. I filmed for Headliner Market Group, right? They do, they're responsible for that infamous Live on Sunday. That big ass party has been going for 10 years now. I filmed for those guys. And I'm in Live.
And the Super Bowl was there.
Yeah, because it was LIV, the way how the Roman numerals came out. I filmed at Story. I'm around constant people, bro, and it's nighttime. So most people are sleeping by like, what, 10 p.m., 11 p.m.? Yeah. My day starts at 1 a.m. and it's over at like sometimes 5 a.m.
God.
So when everybody else is sleeping, like, I'm working, and then I'll go home, take a little nap or whatever, and then, you know, they hit you, hey, so when is the video gonna be done? You gotta hit them with the quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know it's all this competition out here, so they're gonna look at it. Well, if this guy takes 2 days to deliver it and this guy takes 1 day, they're gonna most likely probably go to that guy. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But
I don't know why though.
it's up to us to set that
That tempo,
barrier.
that's
we have to But then,
But
bro, you see what the game is, right? Look, we have this setup right here. It's unconventional. Like, we don't have to go to a network to do what we're doing. This is our own shit right here. Like, nobody's telling us what to do, so we control it. So now, I guess it's more of a, how do you want your product to look? You know, because you have levels. You could kind of tell, like, IG and YouTube is perfect. You could just gauge your work. You're like, okay, if I want to get that results, it has to kind of look like that from a lighting aspect. Making sure nothing is out of focus, everything is transitioning well. You know what I mean? Like, you just know what you're looking like. We watch TV, you can just see it. Like, oh, they shot it. And then you see somebody shoot this and it's all out of focus. The audio is, they're still learning. There's nothing wrong with that because everybody got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You look at my first videos, I'm like, what the fuck? I shot this shit? Like,
I'm doing the
But
demo.
in my head, though, at that time, in that moment, that
That's
shit
fire.
was the, what? Can't tell me shit. I'm like, no, you see this? I'm out here, baby. But then when you learn more, you're like, oh, no, that was not it, dog.
I don't know for you, but constantly producing for smaller devices has really pissed me off.
What do you mean, like what?
Because
DSLRs, the iPhone?
No, like
smaller
no,
devices?
like for iPhones, for Androids, for cell phones.
Oh, okay. So
for
where
smartphones,
we're putting this,
where we're putting it, because.
Well, you can have your website. You can put it on your website. If you
True,
want.
but like, if we had a flat screen TV, and you saw you saw what we produce on a flat screen TV, like 40 inches, it's a whole different story. Because it's just like, oh, this is like a surreal experience that I never knew that what I'm producing could be presented in such a large format. Then it's just like, instead of like, I want to film as a Hollywood director because I want to see myself on the big screen. It's like, I never wanted that because I'm used to like, I always wanted to make creative videos that people could watch. People can watch it on their phones. And it's like the tiny details, how they perceive it. I care about the presentation of things. That's just me and my nature. If I were to do something, this has to carry over to the next thing. Because it might as well, right?
Yeah, what's the purpose of doing it?
And now, now that I see what I've done is like on the big screen, I'm just like, oh shit, maybe I could do a short film. Maybe I could do that.
You should just like get that fear out of your head, man, because just do it. Just know that you that dude. Like, yo, you get the budget, you can execute it to the best of your ability. Like, put the right people in place, delegate the workload, but you have a vision and you know how you want it to be done. Because half of these people, I don't think, like Steven Spielberg, I don't think like he's touching every camera, every lens. No. You get what I'm saying? He got to a certain point where he's just sitting back. And I've been on certain sets, and I'm like, oh shit, you see the chair, it says director, and you got the big TV in front of them, and they just chilling. Not to make it seem like it's easy, because they earned that. They probably put in 20 years of shit we haven't seen. But when on that particular set, they just chilling. Like, yo, get the 35 millimeter. Yeah, more energy, and you know what I mean? And they're just sitting in a chair. And for somebody to see that, you're like, damn, this is it? And then you're like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Like, I'm over here with the Ronin. I'm doing like 20 jobs in one. Yeah. So, but all I'm saying is, man, like, don't be scared of that shit, man. You want to do a dope movie, do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, just execute it. Professional over there, man. Oh, we're not professional?
No, he's talking to me. He's like, you sound professional. Yeah. Because he knows, like, because when I do a project or whatever I do, since I didn't go to school for it, I was actually...
You don't want to make it seem like you didn't go to school for it.
No, it was like I was actually denied the opportunity to learn film in, like, the environment that I was in. I did photo.
Who denied it?
Huh?
Who denied it?
The video department people in the place where I worked. And I'm just like, yo, why can't you teach me video? Like, I'm interested in learning this because I can get more money, have and have not. If I can get more money or more opportunities for filming, then why don't you let me film? Like, or why don't you?
So was it a situation where you're asking them to teach you, or?
Yeah, I was like, be my mentor, or like help facilitate my understanding at the workplace.
So why didn't it happen? What do you think from your point of view?
Because in production, dealing with the older heads, I'm talking about like 60, 70, it's like, no, you are this department. Why are you coming over here to learn this?
Oh, so they're kind of like a dinosaur, creature of habit.
Yeah.
They don't understand, like, yo, you could do this, but I could do this also. Like, it's not just one thing. But, you know, out with the old, in with the new, like, you know.
Yeah.
And then that's why that opportunity.
But that rejection or
led you to this.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, it's a blessing. It was just
because
like,
you're a boss. You don't want to take orders. Like, you want to give orders, dictate.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
Truth be told, I wanna pass. I want to pass to many people, and I want people to learn and grow. I'm still like that to this day. Like, I can talk to a younger creative, and we're going over presentation and media kits. I'm just like, yeah, portfolio, yeah, demo reels, yeah, we're doing all these things, but it's just like, I'm figuring it out, and from my mistakes, here's what you don't have to do. So jack of all trades, master of none, oftentimes better than master of one.
And that's the thing, I want to get rid of that whole belief construct. Like, just know you could do whatever it is that you want, because at the end of the day, these cameras, TV, what we're wearing, people made it. Like, they have the same 24 hours in the day like us, same air. There's nothing stopping, you know what I mean? And most of these people who came from rags to riches, like, listen to it, rags to riches. Like, they started with nothing, zero resource. So what is it that's gonna fuel them to keep going? That intangible. Yeah, you need the tangible to be talented in whatever it is that you're doing, but you gotta be able to just execute, man, and just know how to play the game. You remember the Jobs movie? Steve Jobs?
Yeah, with Ashton?
Yeah, that one. You remember, he didn't know how to build a fucking game. He went to his homie Wozniak or whatever dude's name was, and homie built it. And then come to find out, he got X amount of money for it and then shorted him on the shit. But in the long term, he's a millionaire. He's set for life because of his skill set. Jobs wouldn't approach him or even think to go to him if he couldn't build that video game or whatever it was.
Yeah, that device.
Yeah, you know, I think it was a video game, right? Atari or whatever, whatever shit
well,
they were playing back then.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is,
just get out and do it, or find the people that can help.
Just do it. You know what I mean? Because what's gonna happen by you staying stagnant? Every day is moving. Like, so what did you do yesterday? Nothing. What did you do today? Nothing. What you gonna do tomorrow? Nothing. Damn, you're doing a lot. You're consistent in doing nothing.
You're consistent at doing nothing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? How you gonna learn these things? Because you remember when we first started shooting, you pick up your camera, you get that nervous feeling. How do you explain that? You only have to experience it for you to understand that.
Yeah.
Or your first time on a big set and your eyes are like wide open, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're not gonna know unless you go into it. Like how I learned to swim, they just threw me in the water. Swim. It wasn't no, oh, Kareem, you gonna do this hand, back. Nah, they just threw my ass in there. Like, yo, my youth, if you don't realize that, y'all swallow water, y'all go drown. Hey, they're not gonna let you die, but you know what I mean? That's just the mindset. Throw you in the fire.
Yeah.
Figure that shit out.
And then, so with that mentality, do you have any younger siblings?
Yeah, I'm the oldest, bro.
Yeah. So with that mentality, do you throw them in the water?
Yes and no. Like with my brother Akeem, I'll have that approach with him because he's a guy. With my sisters, I'll kind of be more lenient, but I'll still like explain to them why you got to do it like this. But with my brother, I'm more harsher on him because he's a man at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I just feel that's how it's supposed to be. Like girls, like they're just girls. Like they're delicate.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, they are. Like no matter what they telling you, though, all this. When it comes down to it, man, they need like a strong figurehead guy to just. Cause they gonna call 911. They not gonna call like some other chick. They gonna call a guy to fix the problem. I don't want to curve the conversation. Go ahead.
No, because we're talking about like the female empowerment, and it's like female creatives are in like a sweet spot, you could say.
Why you say that?
Because it's just like you can have an older guy creative that's like, yo, you shouldn't have to go through this. You know, it's like common courtesy to try to like lay the path to be easier, or to like, you don't have to necessarily go through the same sacrifices that I went through.
But how do you teach them lessons though that you learn when you're going through it though?
Well, the thing is with the guests and the way that I try to communicate things is like, wisdom is for everybody. So I don't like when I create something, it's like it's just for male creatives or it's just for the guys. I want them to get better. No, wisdom is for any sex, any race. If it improves you in any way, shape, or form,
I
positive,
agree on
then,
that.
Yeah, but like some people, the way that they position events or they do things, it's like blocking off. Like, I want to, let's say, for instance, I want to empower women, but then not all women think the same way like you. Like, they probably, the have and have nots, they probably wanted certain positions and they weren't able to get those positions because of like the male person that was there. But then there's some women that have been badly altered and corrupted by evil men. And it's just like, and their intentions is like, nah, like screw them all. And then some are just like, no, let's just.
That was their own individual experience. So, you know.
Yeah, and that's where it came from, learning about gauging people and identifying people. I don't know the type of relationships that I have with certain individuals, and growing up or doing production and working with more people, it's like one really important aspect is identify the relationship that you have with that person. That person may not be viewing you as that friend, as that ally, or as that support. You're there to do a certain role or to leave them alone. It's like, I don't want you to be who you are. You don't need to be who you are.
What do you mean though? Like, in what capacity? Like, is it like
we're
working as friends, or we're at a site and we just met and we got to execute this job?
Second one.
Oh well, if that's the case, then
but I'm with the first one, right? But then I'm with the first one, and then I'm also introduced to the second one.
Gotcha.
So like for me, I'm having fun creating with my homie, whether it be in the States or other things or just other projects. I have those people that like Anton's one of those people where it's just like we have fun while we work and we build. That's great. But then some person, their first perspective or experience of you is that I've had bad relationships in the past. So it's like kind of like dating. So understanding that it's just like, oh, we're not boyfriend, girlfriend, or we're not best friends, or we're none of that. I'm identifying you as you are potentially one of the similar problems or similar past relationships that I've had. And I view you as you can potentially do more harm than good. So I don't want to open up to you. Or I don't want to like, even though you seem to be like, I can tell that your intentions are pure and honest and you're not trying to like screw me over or anything like that. It's just that understanding of just like, yo, we're cool.
Yeah.
And then there's other people, like gauging people and understanding how they communicate and why they're communicating. Why are they saying the things that they're saying? Why are they
But it
feeling
sounds like
the way
that
they're
individual has like a lot of things they got to get resolved on their own, right? Because you got to be good before you could like when you're on the plane, right? That shit about to crash. What they say? Put your thing on first, and then you could assist somebody else.
Yeah.
So in a sense, you got to be 100% good. Then you could entertain somebody else. Because now it seems like if you're not 100% good, even if you're 60, 70, 80, that 20%, whatever, is those doubts. What if this person's not good for me? Because you haven't fully recovered from it yet. So give yourself time to just, refresh, heal, build yourself back up, and now go into the world. Opposed to, this guy did this to me. Well, it wasn't me. So why are you thinking like you still have something to resolve with that previous situation?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, say we're here in this room and somebody walks in that I probably don't like, and then you just see my whole mood change. So that means whatever it is with that person, I didn't resolve it yet because it's still affecting me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So now if they come in the room again and, hey, how you doing? And it just doesn't bother me or anything, yeah, I'm good because I let it go. I remember whatever happened between us, but that emotional attachment isn't there anymore, so I'm not going to react to it. That make sense? Or?
No, that does. That's very powerful. I like that because patience is one thing that I'm learning, and patience
and
can
remember
be.
too, I'm the oldest,
Yeah.
so that's why I look at things and approach it differently. I gotta make sure the whole crew is good, then I'll take care of myself. I know I do it the opposite. I was supposed to, but it is what it is.
No.
But patience is
Yeah. But patience, how would you define patience?
Patience is patience, like the capacity to just prolong something or wait until it's done. I don't know, like whatever Webster says.
For
like,
me, whatever Webster says. No, because my perspective on patience, because for me, I like to be analytical about things because I don't want to accidentally stumble on success. Because how would I be able to repeat it? How do I do it again? And we've seen a lot of those things where they're like one-hit wonders.
Oh, that's tricky, man. Cause
No, some.
it's subjective, right? Because you
But
may
you-
like a particular song or whatever it is, and I'm like, I don't like it. And who knows why we like it? It probably brings you to a feeling of, it's like a nostalgic moment. It brings you back to a certain time, or you just like the beat, or you like a certain part of the beat. You like how he says the word. Like, it's so many different factors for when somebody says, "Oh, I like this," but you don't know really. And we gotta find a different word for like because it represents a lot of shit and it doesn't really explain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like it, but what do you like? Like, you're not telling me anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're talking to a
what's
chick
interesting?
and you're like, yo, so what you like? I don't know. I just like, what the fuck do you like? Like, you're not helping me.
Yeah,
Like, you're not
it's
giving me
super
any
vigorous.
information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now you over here trying to figure this out. But
How do you use music in the productions that you do? Like when you're making highlight videos and stuff like that.
So you're gonna go through a lot of music because you gotta find one that's not gonna get taken down depending on where you're putting it, right? So if you have homies that make music, it's good to get beats from them or if they have a song or whatever. And okay, so if it's a party video or recap video, obviously I'm not gonna play like some Tim McGraw country. It has to be something up tempo, going with. It has to match. So you just see it, you know, like just paying attention is like an awesome thing and it's free. Because we have TV and we have our cell phones. We could just look at a product or a commercial or whatever it is and see how they do it. So if you have a commercial and it's like old people, I don't know, bang gay or something, like it's gonna be something to that kind of vibe. You're not gonna come in with freaking NBA YoungBoy, shoot 'em up, bang, you know? It does, like, yo, what's going on here? This is so not matching. Like, who did this? Like, yeah, we gotta go back to the drawing board. So for me, with music, that's, you know, it's a soundtrack to life. Like, it gives you the pace and feel. Like, when we're watching movies, you could tell when it's a scary scene coming. Old school Jason movies.
Yeah, not gonna lie,
Like
those
scary is
horror
about
movies,
to, you know
those
what I mean?
horror
They know
movies
how
have
to
some
play
dope
those
ad-libs.
organs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, man, that shit affects us. It's like, it opens our soul, man. I'm just a different motherfucker. I have to be like an entrepreneur and make my own money, bro. Like, I can't, especially the older I'm getting, you know how they say it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks? Not necessarily, man. Like, I just know what the fuck I like. So if I express it, I mean, not express it, get exposed to it. Like, I have a homegirl, right? She does yoga and stuff. Mad cool. I like the energy, all that. But if my mind and I don't want to do it, don't force me to do it. Like, she'll have an event, Kareem, you should come through. I want to support you, everything. But that's not my vibe. I don't want to be around these type of people. They on some yamaste, whatever bullshit they talking about. No disrespect. But that's just not my vibe. You know what I'm saying? You see how I'm dressed? Like, you know what I'm into. Like, why are you, I'm not trying to do no, I don't got no shorts on right now, so that's not gonna happen. Like, and I know, like, you guys get more offended opposed than me. I have more of an understanding mindset. My mind is open. You could put me in any environment, I'll flourish or whatever, but I'm to the point, I don't wanna fake it. Like, I just don't wanna be here. If I wanna be at the crib in my bed, be at the crib in my bed. So for me, dog, it's just, cause yo, I read like Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all that shit. And I just get what the fuck I want out of life. I wanna be rich. I'm gonna be rich, right? Speaking into existence. Just enjoy everything. Like, I'm enjoying being on this podcast right now. You blessed me with the opportunity to do it. It's been a whole year in the making, but I felt like I held my end of the bargain. I kept in contact with you. I kept communication. You're busy, I'm busy, you know, I get it. So when I do, hey, what's up? I hit you on Instagram or something. Like, it's genuine love, bro. It ain't like no strings attached. Like, we ain't make no money working together, right? So it's just love. And that's no homo, no, it's just genuine love. You a shooter, you put me onto game. If I have any information I could give to you, shit, I'll give it to you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I feel we're supposed to do. But as for me, I want to get rich, be rich, take care of the family, enjoy filming, all aspects of it. I just haven't filmed any porno, and don't come at me with no porno shit. I'm not editing yet. That's crazy. So music videos, I'm always have a passion for doing that because that's what got me into it. I sat there, I was watching Sci-Hi the Prince Sideways video, and that's when I decided, yo, I'm gonna shoot videos. So yeah, it took me into doing recaps, weddings, freaking, I don't know, conferences.
You work with a lot of artists.
Yeah, I work with a lot of artists.
You work with a lot of
And
artists.
Jamaica, here. Shit, I even did a show one time, dog, with this artist called Charlie Black. Me and this other dude, we haven't worked anymore. We split, but he was a big inspiration to me at the time. And we did it in Belize. It's a country in Central America. They used to be owned by, I think, England. And they were called, I think, they were part of Honduras. Then they got their independence. Belize is a dope country. That was like my second home in 2012, 2013. Oh, man. Belize. What up, Belize? I love Belize. Jamaica is lit. My time in Jamaica. I throw my parties there. I shoot videos. I haven't done any of that recently. Everything's just been here based in the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
So Headliner Market Group, I film with them. Drink Champs, The Fly Guy Show. My own independent stuff with ForeignFlexTv. Yeah, man. Like just keep building, growing. I filmed this thing the other day.
You're working with
month.
Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
What's the thing with him?
As far as what, like, what do you?
Because you're doing a lot of dope visuals. And sometimes,
okay. I don't think it's like the best, but it's
yeah,
alright.
but it's. I love the docu-series one. I don't know if you.
Oh, the live audio joint.
Yeah.
Because everybody else.
That's just raw.
So right now he's.
Because I'm into that now. Docu-series, that's the best thing. I'm learning how to mix the sounds that people go through in the day and then piecing it together.
I got a good plug for you after this show, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. What else you want to ask me? Because I feel like we've been running our mouths, and the crew's probably like, "Yo, cut it."
Yeah. Well, to end off, you've been an incredible guest.
Been a incredible host.
Season 2
Yeah,
of the
season
Should I
2.
Start? I'm gonna call it potting. That's gonna be like the new word. It's like, what are you doing? I'm potting. What is that?
I don't know
Okay.
if it'll pick up. That's my first reaction to hearing it the first time. But
Yeah.
I could be wrong, maybe.
Yeah.
Because you know them New Yorkers, they be like, "Oh, send me the Addy." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? The Addy? The address? Oh, okay." So that's probably my old age showing. But you got, hey, another cool thing, what we should practice, man. Always have like somebody that's like 10 years older or something, and have somebody who's 10 years younger. So that way you'll always be in the mix. I read that in Robert Greene, what book that was? Mastery, I think, or the 50th Power.
Kendrick Lamar did something like that. He's like, yo, I stay with the younger kids, and then they put me on game, and then I'm with the older heads.
And even the musician, what's his name, Miles Davis? If you ever read something with him, that's how he kept going. I mean, shit, everybody does it. Jay-Z. You'll think Jay-Z at the time when he was still relevant, he'll do a song with Future. I got the keys, and you're like, oh, that's a weird combination. No, Future's hot right now, so you gotta.
Yeah.
Don't make it so obvious, but know what's going on.
Try to be the bridge and try to say.
You have to, bro, because what I'll notice if I'm on a certain set and it's older hip hop guys, they're like, oh, these fucking young kids, this and that, and I'm like, talk to them. You formulating all this shit about them, and the same thing with the young kids. They're like, oh, these fucking old heads. I'm like, talk, like put your guard down. Like nobody's judging you. No, the young people, I don't know why they have that, or if it's my demeanor or how I come off. But dog, it's always love and help. I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to judge you or put you down. You too fucking sensitive. Like, what's up with all this sensitive shit, man? No, I'm really asking you. No, everybody. Like, just how the world is moving. Everybody's sensitive.
They're being hypersensitive about things.
But why?
But
we in America. Like, we got food. We got all this shit. Like,
perspective, I guess. Well, I've been told, like, on production sets and stuff like that, I've been told off, but I got sentimental about it, right? And truth be told, it wasn't like they're being bullies. it was more like, damn, I never thought that I would find people that would be so honest with me because they care to see me grow. But then it's the later generation is just like, we don't got time for it because I see it as a money thing. So my money is not being multiplied by communicating this information to you. So I don't have the time to explain it to you, because if I had the time to explain it to you, I could be making money somewhere else. And then later on, I see, like, we're going to replace you anyway.
Yeah, fuck
Right.
them. Just know
Yeah.
when we're in charge, we change the rules.
Yeah, no, but that's where that leads to that conflict. And I don't like that. So when I see different
That's
types of
life,
leaders,
though, bro.
no, but
Conflict's always going to present itself.
true, but like, I know how, when I get older, or I know who I am now, to do things differently. And that's how I feel, and that's how I'm going to approach it. Because I don't feel that you not telling me about X, Y, and Z now is going to benefit anybody. Because I may not be a perfect fit for you, but you helping me is going to make me appreciate you, and later down the road, I might have a position or not. You might remember me, and I'm like, hey, I've grown, and I thank you for those words. And then the fact is, you put in the time to say a couple words to me. At the end of the day, whether it's good or bad, how you communicate it, but if your intention is like, I need to tell you this because I need you to understand, I need you to grow, I need you to be more aware, that will propel me 10 times farther. And some people are like that, and some people aren't like that. I rather express or communicate information that I've gotten from other people, because maybe that might help other people.
And we still got to just bring it back to, we're all human, man. So it's not intentional, like they probably trying to be a dick. It's just they're caught up. Like probably his wife called him, nagging him. This dude, you know, like you can just see it sometimes when somebody's having a bad 10 minutes. Because it's not really when they say you have a bad day. You know, the whole day wasn't bad. Like you're alive for one. It's just that little moment, you know, when it happened. And then if you just breathe, relax, you know, whatever it is you need. You drink coffee, some people take a cigarette, but whatever the fuck you need to do, just go do it. And then come back refreshed and
Approach it, reapproach it.
yeah.
So what advice would you give to your younger self if they wanted to, like...
All right, so what advice I'll tell my younger self? Stop being so shy. Just go for it. Do it.
What do you mean by that? Could you go into a little bit more detail?
In the sense of, I was that kid, I'll be in class, I'll probably know the answer to something, and I'm like scared to raise my hand for some dumbass reason. I don't know. So just things like that. Or say we have an opportunity, somebody's talking business, and they're like, hey, do you want? And you're like, damn, you're being apprehensive. You're like, well, you're letting fear and doubt enter. But now when you just have confidence and just 100% believe in God and faith, you know, because faith is what you're doing something without really knowing what the outcome's going to be. You're just doing blind faith. So that's how they kind of test you. Like, you don't know what's at the end of the tunnel, but if you have faith, you're just going to fucking do it. But then it's a fine line because you got to have common sense too, right? So it's a lot of things you got to factor in while you're doing it. So for my younger self,
going back to your younger self, because there's a lot of things you got to factor in, which is a lot of
being shy.
Repeat that one more time.
Stop being shy, being more open-minded, and just learn as much as you can, man. Because when you're younger, your brain just processes stuff so much. You ever see little kids? They could speak like 4 languages or some shit because they're little. But when you're older, you gotta like be more disciplined. You gotta have more command of your brain. Like, don't let the brain control you. You gotta like literally control it. Like, discipline, work it out like a muscle. You know, if we do push-ups every day, so you work out your brain. So just regimens. You see how you said you wanna know the reason for why you become super successful? Like, you wanna take calculated risk. It's the same thing with Richard Branson. Like, that's how he approached it. Or even the other old dude who does stocks. What's his name?
Winston Churchill?
Nah, not Winston Churchill. You going too far back.
Oh, dude. Oh, shit.
Warren Buffett, that guy. Listen to him talk, and they didn't really do anything crazy. They just was consistent with one thing. They mastered one thing, and they just had patience. No, just in our industry, man, you just gotta put your ego to the side, understand your worth, know what you bring to the table, Have respect for everybody. Just acknowledge everyone. Shit, apologize if you made a mistake. It doesn't make you a bitch or less of a man. Just apologize, get it over with. Be honest, communicate, and just be hungry. Cause like you can't teach hunger, right?
Yeah. You can only experience it.
And what's that saying they have? You could bring the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it or whatever. Like, you just gotta be hungry. You know it. You know when you work. Because, bro, majority of the job, even to this day, I'll still do free gigs because I just get it. What if I want to test out some new kind of filming or something? So I'm just gonna do it. I'm not really, how much you're paying me?
Yeah.
And you never know. Just by you going on that set, like me coming here today now, I know Anton and shit, you feel me?
Yeah.
So that's just doing it, like your time.
Projects that you're willing to like spend time in and then push your curiosity in is like really great because it's like at the end of the day, you'll always gain something from the effort.
Yeah. Always gotta look at it like that. Never look at it as like something lost. Look at it like what you learned. And it's just changing your mindset, like how we touched on earlier with some people, they come in with negative energy. Nah, like you know what you signed up for. But it's a good thing though, because now we know who is it built for, you know? Not everybody you start with, you're gonna see at the finish line. It's just, it is what it is. It's just life.
So you've been an incredible guest. So you can look at any one of these cameras and just let the people know where they can follow you on your adventure.
All right, so if you want to see my everyday, day-to-day life, just tune into ForeignFlexTV on IG. I post stuff on my YouTube channel, ForeignFlexTV. And just check it out, man. If you want to contact me, do some work, real work. If you want to collab with me and this dope guy right here, we could get it. If not, more love to you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate it, man.